All right, guys, I got another product here that I wanted to do a review on. This is a handheld portable welder made by Saker. It's not the one off Teramu or whatever the hell that company is. This thing turns out to be pretty cool for the trapper. As most trappers know, if you can make it, then you want to do it before you buy it. And this welder will help you if you do any kind of lamination or modifying of traps. It's great for putting a bead on the ends of the jaws, and it's great for welding up S-hooks that do tend to pull out when they're under too much pressure and stuff like that. Now the way it works is it'll burn up to a 30-second rod. You just push this thing down here and this locks the rod in just like that. It's almost like a drill. It only weighs 3 pounds, maybe a little over 3 pounds. It comes with your ground clamp, which we will clamp right onto your work, just like that. And it plugs into any 110 outlet. I mean, it's pretty awesome. This is the converter down here. It doesn't come off. It's just like the battery would be on any handheld drill. And it's just very light, and you just, with all your proper equipment on, you just start welding your bead, whatever you want to do. Now it has an adjustment for amperage right here. It goes from 1 to 10 for your lighter rod, 16th rod, 1/8 inch rod. 3/32 is probably what it'll burn. Maybe 1/8 inch might be a little too heavy. I don't know. I don't have that size rod to try it, but it has plenty of power. Now I've watched a lot of videos on these kind of welders, and you know, I have a little bit of a welding background, and it does not weld for you. You do need to have some type of welding experience with welding with rods. It's not an inner shield. It's not a wire feeder. It's just strictly a stick welder. The main thing about this welder is its convenience. You know, it comes with this great little case, which is just no bigger than a drill case, and the whole thing is portable. The only thing you need is a 110 outlet. I've ran it with extension cords. Haven't had any problem with overheating or melting the cord or none of that stuff. I have not welded for 20 minutes continuously. It's mostly, for me, it works as a spot welder or a tack welder, but it will run a nice bead, which I'll show you later in the demonstration on how it works. But the features on this thing, it seems to be very well put together. And like I said, it is made by Saker. And you know, your voltage is 50 volts to 60 hertz. And just in a 110, it says comes out to 200 amps it'll put out. I don't know. I don't have a big enough wire to try that out on. But the convenience of this thing is pretty awesome. I mean, it's just super light. You hook, like I said, you hook it up to your work, and you're good to go. You could take it anywhere you want that has an outside 110 outlet, and the whole thing is just awesome. Now, you know, the shield they give you is not something that I would recommend. I would recommend a regular welding helmet, and I don't know what this lens is. I use a class 10 lens when I do all my welding, just for safety reasons. And you know, this little brush here and this little slag banger is just not going to get it done. But as far as the welder goes, it's pretty awesome. So we're going to go outside now, and I'll run a couple beads and show you exactly how it would be on working on traps, which is, you know, my channel is for trapping, but for convenience, this thing seems to be really pretty awesome. So I'll see you outside. We'll see what you can do. Okay. Now we're set up in my makeshift little setup here. As you can see, I'm running this in my garage, nothing fancy. Like I said, the plug it's just a 110 outlet, and this is a 50-foot extension cord, and I haven't had any problems with this machine. So you just plug it in, you get it out of your way. Here's your ground clamp right here. We're just going to hook it onto our work. Now, you have to use all the proper welding equipment. Like I said, this isn't no toy, and it's not no magical instrument. It's a stick welder, that's it. The most convenient you can get is that it's portability. You know, there's no big giant box you got to lug around with you. Everything is compact. You know, that's it. You have to just turn it on in the front, she winds up. Now I've been running this on number 5 for this particular stick here, which looks like about 330 seconds. So we're going to run a bead on here and you can see how it works. Now, like I said, it's a stick welder. You do need some welding experience to work with this thing. I didn't bring my slag hammer out. Hold on one second. Now, I can't stress enough the importance of safety eyewear when you're welding, especially when you're chipping slag. If you get a piece of slag in your eye or a piece of metal in your eye, trust me when I tell you, it's no fun getting your eye drilled with a rust ring in your cornea, because that's exactly what they do. Because that metal will stay in your eye and it will create a rust ring and you're going to be sorry. So wear your eye protection and chip your slag the way you're supposed to. So I'll take the clamp off. I'll give you a zoom in. So there's the bead I just welded right there. Not too bad, burns all the way through. You get great penetration. And I mean, you know, for trapping, when you're doing little stuff like S-hooks and stuff like that, I got a little S-hook here. Let's see if the connection will go through. We'll give it a try. I'll turn this baby back on. So for closing up S-hooks, it just makes a nice little bead of weld right there, that is what I'm going to be using this mostly for. Closing up S-hooks, laminating jaws, and the like. Just about anything that you want to be permanent, especially where the S-hook meets your drivers. Sometimes they have a tendency to pull apart. So we're going to run another bead here. Fire it up. We're going to run it a little hotter. I'm going to put it on number 6. And here we go. Nice little bead right there. And I'm glad to tell you, I'm getting plenty of penetration, that's for sure. All right, we'll go back inside. I'll give you my thoughts. All right, guys, so there you have it. An honest opinion on how these portable welders work. I mean, this one's made by Saker. For me, it works great. It's absolutely saves me time. I mean, I do have a little buzz box out there. It's a wire feeder, but this is for convenience-wise. This is so much lighter. It's portable. I could take it over someone's house if they needed something welded and just plug it right in like if I was using a drill. It's awesome. Made by Saker. I will put all the links in the description on whatever they provide me with after I send them this video for approval. And they run about $129 to $149 from what I've seen online. These Sakers right here. But if there's a discount link, I'll be sure and put that in the description as well. But that's going to be it. The Saker portable handheld welder works good for me, guys. Give it a try if you got the means. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.